am from the Green Dragon Farm again. So I'm out here contemplating on whether or not it's going to actually rain, if I can get anything done today. I feel a few drops of rain on me, but last time I went in and gave up, it also gave up and stopped. So we'll see what we can do. Oh, it's getting serious. Doing the thunder. Yeah, I'm not buying it, Mother Nature. Okay, so this poor little pitiful thing is what's left of my last potato patch. This was from a red potato that I had gotten from the grocery store that had started sprouting. And as you can see over here, I had already harvested one, which I got quite a few potatoes from. So I was pleasantly surprised. These guys are looking kind of not so sprightly, but they still have green leaves. I usually leave my potatoes until they're pretty much already dead, unless it's going to rain a whole lot and possibly rot the potatoes that are in there. And this is my zinnia patch, which only 2 varieties of zinnias came up, but I'm okay with it. This variety here on the right, the yellow one, is Canary Yellow from Baker Creek. I believe that was one of the packs of free seeds I got from them this year, I think. And then the purpley one is called Violet Queen. It's one of my favorites. So, and as you can see, it's doing quite well. Not been getting a whole lot of rain. Everyone else in the county and surrounding areas of Tennessee have been getting a lot of rain. I have not. So I come out here and I water as best I can, but nothing is as good as Mother Nature. But the zinnias keep zinniaing. And this is my little dahlia bed. Not as exuberant as usual, but some of these are really pretty colors. It's a yellow, a little white one, another yellow over there. Oh, there's a hot pink. So I have to wonder what the actual reason for not a whole lot of flowers. It may possibly be because of, well, they've got flower buds though, so maybe now that it's cooling off a little bit, maybe they'll be a little bit more wanting to. And this is petunias that I grew from seed. There's this one, and then there's this white one over here. And let me get my snoot down here. Not that one. One of these petunias, one of the petunias that I grew this year, was supposed to be fragrant, but I'm not noticing a whole lot of fragrance yet out of either one of those, so who knows. But I just thought they're very cheery, and now that the deer have stopped munching on them, they seem to be doing quite well. So this little bed, all these are annual type things. I will get the bed cleaned out and made ready. I'm going to transplant my 3 blueberry bushes from the front by the parking lot, the driveway, and put them in here to have a little bit more space, to build up the soil level, make it more acidic, that kind of stuff. But so far, this is one of those cheapy raised beds from Amazon. It's not the most sturdy on the planet, but it's doing the job. And I guess the big test will be how it does this winter. Are you gonna rain now? Of course. And this was the Great Basil Experiment year. This is holy basil, I believe. Yeah, that's holy basil. I really like basil, but I either want basil to just be basil and grow me leaves so I can have pesto and things like that, or have flowers like this. This is a variety called cardinal basil that I think I also got from Baker Creek, and it's basil, and it's got these pretty red flowers on them. So that one I'm happy with. Holy basil, some people like it a lot more than I do, I guess. But I will be growing it whether I want to or not, because the holy basil self-sows very easily. And what are you gonna do? All right, let's toddle over here. So I finally harvested all of my onions. So we just have this fennel left. And then this is from 2 sweet potato slips. I don't know if the deer has stopped coming this way and forgot about this spot, but I'm letting it go. I'm not covering the sweet potatoes anymore. This one she's leaving alone. Pumpkins. Gotta give them more water if it doesn't rain as much as I hope it does. But she does this to this one. So this one is actually growing back now. So one thing about sweet potatoes, they're pretty resilient. Whether or not I'm going to get any sweet potatoes out of this remains a mystery. But I did get this little gadget that supposedly, it works. Supposed to scare them away. We'll see if it does or not. I have my doubts, but my mom bought it for me, so you know, you gotta do what your mom wants you to do. And the other sweet potato that I put in one of these little things, she has come over and munched on some of it, but again, leaving it alone. The sweet potatoes in this little temporary fabric raised bed, I have to get out here with a weed whacker and get the grass that's growing. Otherwise, I'm going to have a massive weeds growing in here. But what is growing is this watermelon. Come on, baby, I don't want to break you. See, little watermelon? Come on, let's go over here. Oh, you're wrapped down here. All right, when I can come back and I have 2 hands, the watermelon is actually doing quite well. Wow, she had come over here and munched on the watermelon too, but I guess it got too big. Zucchini is still zucchiniing. I've picked several zucchinis. Oh, look, there's more. Here's the yarrow that's finally growing back, mixed in with wrasse, unfortunately. I'm kind of leaving all this. This is catnip that's gone to seed. I've kind of basically just left it here because I think maybe it deters the deer from coming over and munching on this crab apple, but who knows. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are not doing well. I think it got too hot and dry too quickly. I've got some of them diseased, so I need to come out here and attempt to either do like I did with these 2, just yank them up all together, cut them out, and think about replacing it with something else. Or that one, I just don't know. This was the bed, these guys, and this bed here with the sauce tomatoes, not doing well. You can see they're all kind of rotting. The Mexican sunflower, however, is having a good old time, so I'm not going to be in any big hurry or anything. And look, this is the beginning of cotton. It's flowered, and now it's got 2 cotton balls. Oop, there's number 3. So, I don't have many cotton plants, obviously, because I have nothing to do with them, but they're doing well. This is the bed with my sun golds and some slicing tomatoes. They're doing better than the ones that are out in the bright sunshine, but they're still succumbing. Even my sun gold getting a lot of splitting. When it does rain, it rains quite a bit, and then everything swells up and rots. But sun gold, one of my favorites. Pardon me while I eat. So this is the basil that I really like. This is the Emerald Towers basil. It's about 18 inches tall. It does get taller, but I also went through and chopped this back pretty good to make some pesto. So that one and my cardinal basil are the ones I'm most happy about this year. This is ageratum, floss flower. Here are the flowers for it. I think this is one of those ones that needs more sun than it's getting right now, but I kind of stuck things where I could find space for them. Some salmon colored salvia, which I'm happy with. My peppers got sun scald. You can see these are my those are not paprika. Crap. Well, I'll put it on the screen. But they're all getting sunburn, falling over from the wind. Ooh, this one looks good. Yes. So there's a few out here I can come and process, make my pimentos. That's the name. A patch that I didn't weed whack yet. And here's my bell peppers that, again, sunburn. But there's others coming on, so we'll see what we can get. Gotta come through here and see what's on this is my hot pepper side. You can see some smaller. These are lemon drops. They turn a kind of banana yellow when they're fully ripe. My calendula, that is not doing well with all the heat and the dryness, so I'll probably be cutting them back. Oh no, these are the lemon drops. Oh, those are the garden Goliaths, I think those are. Which turned out to not be that really hot. The Felicity, this is a variety called pizza pepper. That they look like jalapenos. These are more blocky than jalapenos, which is how I know what they are. But these guys are a little bit more spicy than... I'm going in. Got a weed whack back here. This is a variety called Felicity. Definitely look like jalapenos, and they are totally mild. There is no heat to them whatsoever. Some cosmos that is also going to seed quite readily, so unfortunately it's going to get weed whacked. These are my pickling cucumbers that still, I mean, look at this little one. They've been here since June, and they're not growing, no matter how much fertilizer, no matter how much water. They just don't like that spot. So Note to self, my quick snack cucumbers were the best of the lot. And so these are my celeries. They're not doing well. The celery does not like heat, but it hasn't gone to seed yet. So sorry about the rush close-up of the weird celery, but let's see if I can get they don't have the biggest of stalks, but I'm thinking they're probably gonna be good for soups and stews and things like that. So, and that is what's left of the iceberg lettuce that I planted last spring. It's probably the size of a softball, so it's not exactly going to feed a whole lot of people. And by now it's probably bitter as all get out, so we tried. But I think next year I'm going to put my shade cloth over this and get them going a little earlier than I did this year. Here's this poor little apple tree that I grafted last year that the deer has been traveling, and now it's growing all over the place. I'll have to prune big time. Luckily, deer do not like witch hazel trees. These are little seedlings that I planted there just to save until next year to plant them in their final spot. That's one of the things I've been trying to keep the deer away. Don't know if it works, or she just doesn't like the peach tree as much. Although there does seem to be a few places that may or may not have been nibbled on, so who knows. That's Coreopsis or tick seed. My 3 blueberry plants are in here. Got some volunteer borage. She's come through and nibbled back all of these strawberry plants. Some of them are coming back, some of them not doing so hot. She chewed back my stiletto rose, but it is coming back. I think this is a self-root tree. We'll find out. The little lavender plant that I transplanted over here to give it more room, and that is a 4 o'clock that I did not grow, and I haven't actually planted 4 o'clocks in several years. So either birds are bringing it from somebody else's garden, or those seeds last a really long time. More holy basil, comfrey, some anise hyssop that has seen better days, black-eyed Susans, and that is either a weed or a straw flower. With my luck, it's probably a weed. And my little drift rose is not doing well. And I think a lot of the problem may be, I think this is rose rosette, which is a virus. So I need to pluck up my courage and get this out of this bed and get it burned before it spreads, if that isn't truly what it is. More black-eyed Susans, another Mexican sunflower. This is mountain bee balm. It's not bee balm, but it's in the family. It's dwindling. It's not appreciating the spot anymore, so I won't be sad if it never comes back. I've got oregano in this bed. I've got a lot of thyme in this bed. Some garlic chives. So I think this bed needs to be reset. I've got so much thyme, and it's basically the creeping thyme, not the actual culinary kind. You can use it in the kitchen, but so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed whack everything down this winter and throw a whole bunch of soil. As you can see, the soil level is down by half. I may go ahead and pull up these garlic chives, but I do have garlic chives other places. So this may be just one of those knock everything down, cover it with soil, and then whatever comes back, yay. Otherwise, too bad. What's in here? Got a couple of blueberry seedlings that I got from Baker Creek that are not, let me see how you feel. Yeah, you've got soil. This is just apple seedling that I grew from seed, I think. Where is that? Yeah, this is one that I grew from seed that I'm going to use as rootstock. And then I've got some figs that I got from Baker Creek. Some of my lavender got scorched in the sun, and you know, if lavender gets scorched, then it really is hot. And then various other little seedlings here and there that will probably end up dying, but I'm just too stubborn right now. But it'll probably all end up in the compost bucket. And these last little things that I've got covered in this insect netting are 3 Brussels sprouts that look ugly, but let me see. Otherwise, are they going to make a liar of me? Teeny tiny little sprouts on them. And I've been spraying these guys with spinosad. So I'm thinking whatever, I had some harlequin bugs on here. And here's some more. So we will see if they actually do anything. If they don't, well, there's always the grocery store. That's a little planter that I need to, I don't even know what's in there. There was chamomile, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get all these weeds out of here and dead stuff, and I'm going to fill up the soil level. Probably replant the chamomile in here. It was a good little chamomile bed. But, yep, so that's it. Oh, here's the other, one of the other apple trees that the heifer chewed back, but it seems to be perking back now. Same deal, that's my purple tiger rose that I need to trim off some of the dead stuff because she chomped the crap out of it. More anise hyssop, which the bees like. So as long as I see little purple thingies, it stays. Alright guys, well that was it. Talk to you next time. Bye.